Today we have to ask ourselves this serious question. Is the Spyderco Endela worth buying? Well, it's here after decades, maybe a decade, I don't know, of people wanting something between the Delica and the Endura. They've jammed them and mashed them together and given us a medium knife, not a small like the Delica, not a large like the Endura, with the Endela. So jamming those two together, giving us this 3.45 inch overall blade length, 2.99 actual cutting edge VG10 steel, made in Japan, Sekisei, Japan, giving us this knife. Now, the real question is, after all these years, after all the Spydercos that exist out there that I personally have tested and used, is it worth buying it? Should you buy it? Should you pick up one of these Endelas, or just go with one of the other blades the Spyderco already has that if you're watching this video, you probably already have? I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag early in this video. No, I don't think it's worth buying. This is the reason why. I have tested, owned, reviewed most of Spyderco's quote-unquote like lightweight line, particularly the Delica 4, the Endura 4, now this Endela. I have a Manix 2 lightweight, several of those have gone through, the Stretch 2, and you're not really getting anything different out of the gate with this design. You're getting the well-known polymer handles with the 3D texturing on there, blacked out 4-way directional pocket clip, the Spidey hole with semi-smooth deployment like all of Spyderco's other knives in this kind of weight class and size range, and a full flat grind VG10 wicked sharp blade. And it's going to drop in at about $80, very similar price points to the other knives that I've just listed. Now I will have links in the description below over to Blade HQ, GP Knives, and Amazon, so that any of these Spydercos that connect with you, and if after this video you still want the Endela, check out those links below. We appreciate it when you use them. So let's really break it down here for us. Now this is my well-loved, well-carried, this is one of the first, I would say, quality knives I ever bought. Years ago when I first started this channel, is the Spyderco Delica 4. Now what makes this so great is how lightweight it is, still around that price point in this day and age of between $70 and $80, but gives you a good steel. VG10 at the time, it was better than a lot else out there. Now it's a good steel, but it's by no means a high-end steel for what else is out there on the market. But it comes in at 2.3 ounces. It's going to give you a 4.25 inch overall handle length, and you're getting 2.875 blade length with that 2.56 actual cutting edge, full flat grind. It's a folding razor blade. I mean, this thing is wicked sharp. Now, for a time, I did have an Endura. For this video, I will not be rolling it in, but you're just getting a slightly larger version of the Endela. Coming in with a 5-inch handle, you're going to be getting that 3.7 inch overall blade length, and then an actual cutting edge of 3.44 and a weight of 3.7 ounces. And this guy, obviously, again, coming in the middle at 4.69 inches overall handle length, 3.1 ounces. Actual blade length is 3.41, and then actual cutting edge is 2.99. Now, the knife that I believe really makes the Endela kind of redundant and just not necessary is the Spyderco Stretch, which, from doing a little research, and if you dig a little bit, you can find is actually one of the favorite designs of the original owner of Spyderco, the Stretch line. This is the Stretch 2 lightweight. There are several different models, steels, options that they have out there, all offering very similar to what you see right here in front of you. And here's the main reason, is that this is basically going to have the exact same cutting edge as the Endela. This thing is going to come in at 2.97 actual cutting edge, 2.99. And the main noticeable difference between the Endela and the Stretch 2 for me is the handle ergonomics. Now, what the Stretch gives you that the Endela does not is it does give you a very generous designated finger choil right there, so that you can actually choke up, use the blade, get a lot of functionality out of the control, but still use it back here, giving you a very nice deep cut in, giving you a very full feel in the hand, and a lot of control. Either way that you use it, still giving you that nice Spidey hole, that nice ramp right there, and a good sweep up, and actually giving you a better sweep, so better slicing capability overall than more of the Wharncliffe design on this Endela. The handle, even though the blades are almost matching in overall size, cutting edge, all that, is a little bit wider. It is going to be 0.6 ounces heavier. This one 3.1, this one 3.7. But that thickness around the neck particularly is something that I noticed. It kind of fills my hand out a lot better for a 3.5 inch folder than the Endela. What I found was that this cut in right here on the Endela and the overall slightly slimmer feel doesn't feel quite natural. It feels like it's jamming these two fingers together. Now, it's not by any means bad. I'm not saying this has bad ergonomics, but when we put it on the ergonomic spectrum of either the Delica, if you want to go a little bit smaller, that has a more thinner, natural feeling transitions. You have the Stretch, which has kind of that beefy, fuller, but consistent angle to the handle, or the extra large handle of the Endura with a couple different grip portions on it. This one just doesn't quite feel as natural as the other three Spydercos that we're talking about today, the Endura, the Delica, and the Stretch 2. And so that's what makes a big part for me of the Endela just not make a whole lot of sense. I'm like, why? If I want a 3.5 inch knife, if I'm not, either for legal reasons or just size reasons, I'm not quite committed to the the Endura, well then I'll just go with the Stretch 2. I have a nice full feel. It's going to give me an actual dedicated finger choil and give me a really nice belly. And if I need to go compact, obviously the Delica 4. Whereas this Endela just is kind of this hodgepodge that to me doesn't feel as intuitive as the rest of this kind of series of 3 knives that I'm showing you today. So there might not be anything overtly wrong with the Endela. It's right in the middle of the Delica and the Endura. But why? Go small if you want the Delica and you need a lightweight, very EDC-able blade. If you want something large, go with the Endura. And then if you want something in the middle, the Stretch, in my mind, Stretch 2, has slightly better ergonomics, gonna give you a finger choil, and it's only gonna weigh less than an ounce more. So why go with this design that, if anything, has less ergonomics than the other 3 knives I just listed to you? To me, it just doesn't make sense. It's not something I'm going to go out of my way to put in the collection. It's not fitting some magical niche that wasn't there before in the Spyderco line. Now, don't get me wrong. I love my Spydercos. I love these blades like none other, but this just doesn't do anything. And in my mind, if you have any of those other blades and you're kind of happy with them, there's no reason to sell them off or trade them or invest in this. Go with one of the 3 that we've already looked at and listed today, and I think you'll get more for your money. So there you go, folks. I hope that this video has been entertaining, informative, and just helped you make a wise choice. That's what I want to do, is always give you all the data points, give you my info, give you my input, so that you can make that wise choice, spend your hard-earned money wisely, and get the most out of that money you throw down for your pocket knives, gear, blades, whatever we're testing and reviewing that particular day. So I hope this video has done that for you. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Any comments that you have, please put in the comments below, and I'll try and answer for you, or the community that we have here, which is awesome. We'll help you out and answer for you. And we'd invite you to subscribe and become part of the GT family if you're not already. We'll have that little subscription button popping up. We put up videos every single week. Check out that other video coming up live right now as well. Little GT Juniors, excited for it. And check us out on Instagram, Facebook as well. You can see behind the scenes stuff, up and coming stuff, growing there as well. And always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.
Are you done?
I'm done now.